I'm just so grateful that it's finally a sunny day here. So I live like right outside of Philadelphia, and it's just, first of all, cold. Second of all, it was raining yesterday. It's been raining all week. The winds have been crazy, but the sun is finally shining. So I figured I'd get on here to discuss a very powerful solar crystal called Moldavite. Any of you who are on TikTok probably have heard of Moldavite. Back in 2020, there was like a huge Moldavite craze. And I think it was right around this time, it might have been 2021, when I got my first piece of Moldavite. It was like a tiny little necklace because Moldavite's kind of expensive. And a lot of people online were basically saying how Moldavite like changed their life, but like not in a good way. So people were saying they got Moldavite and like crazy things were happening, like their partner broke up with them. This one girl was talking about how like her car crashed, her like parents died, like all this stuff, and she said it was like Moldavite that did it. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say that Moldavite, I feel like things were already gonna happen and that's just how it was. I don't think it was Moldavite, but Moldavite has been in a bunch of different studies, and let me get out of the sun, and has been researched by a lot of different people. So I'm going to briefly discuss what Moldavite is and then jump into like my experience with Moldavite and testimonials about Moldavite. Okay, so I didn't even prepare notes for you guys. I just felt inspired by the sun, and I just felt really called to discuss it with you. So I just got a new piece of Moldavite, God, a couple months ago. When did I get it? My husband bought it for me because he's just such a nice guy. I think it was January. I got it, and I was really feeling called to get a new piece because I just felt, whenever I wore my other piece, I just felt like such great positive energy and like positive vibrations whenever I wore it, and I felt like it was just lifting my soul up, genuinely. So I got this piece, and I was looking online for a long time to find like the exact piece I wanted. I wanted a bigger one, which was a little more expensive. This piece was like $100. Actually, it might have been like $130 or something like that, but whatever. But I felt like I just felt like I really needed a new piece. So I got this one, and I have pretty much been wearing it every single day since I got it. So as I got my Moldavite pendant, I also wanted to get this book I found as a recommendation on TikTok called Moldavite, Starboard Stone of Transformation by Robert Simmons and Kathy Warner. So these two individuals have spent years, like their whole life's work has pretty much been studying. Did you guys see that? It's like an orb. Oh, okay. That might have been a dust molecule. But anyway, they've been spending like their whole life's work studying Moldavite and researching it. And they both have their own stories of how they got involved with Moldavite, or like how they were inspired to work with it. There are pictures in here if you like see. Yeah. So they have all of like their own stories about like their own individual stories about how they found Moldavite, and then they came together and they created this book. They created their own shop called Heaven and Earth. And they go into this whole book talking about the spiritual properties of Moldavite. Like, there's a lot of testimonials in this book. Maybe I'll read one. But, so going through their story. So basically, let me get into what Moldavite is. So Moldavite is a meteorite. And the origin of Moldavite is debatable. They really don't know what how it got to Earth. They have theories, and there's a lot of theories in this book, but they're particularly abundant near Czechoslovakia, in this like particular area of Czechoslovakia, and that's where like the richest deposits of it are. So there's theories about it coming from the moon, coming from like some sort of explosion in outer space. There's a ton of stories, but the point of Moldavite is that it is starborn. It is not from this earth. It came from outer space. So the qualities of Moldavite take on almost an esoteric, otherworldly like life of its own. The stone was also believed to have been the stone that was in the Holy Grail, because it's discussed as a green glowing stone that was in the Holy Grail. And some people have thought it was emerald, but this book offers different evidence that it was Moldavite, particularly because it came from the heavens, which in ancient times is hugely symbolic. Any ancient culture has revered the heavens, and outer space is just this whole different dimension. So the properties of Moldavite, one of the main things that happen in your life once you get Moldavite is things start quickly change. It's like rapid evolution. So Moldavite is going to remove the places in your life that are no longer serving you, and you might not even realize that that's what you need. You know, it can remove friends from your life, but they weren't your friends the whole time. Like there was something sneaky going on. Or it can, you know, break up partners, but that's because that wasn't your soulmate. Like here's your soulmate. Like so like just crazy things happen with Moldavite. I've noticed that Moldavite increases challenges in my life so that I can overcome them and accelerate my path forward, rather than staying dormant, staying stagnant, and these things that would probably take time, like years to work through, are being resolved on a month-to-month, week-to-week basis. The one word I would heavily associate with Moldavite is synchronicity. So synchronistic events will happen, you'll meet people, just things will happen. And both Robert Simmons and Kathy both talk about how things sort of were really difficult first when getting a Moldavite, but for the benefit of their lifelines. Like, you know, they had circumstances that occurred that felt like, you know, this seems like it's like a dead end, and it seems like almost like testing your faith until you're like, no, I know things are going to work out, and you resolve your challenges and your problems. And then next thing you know, doors are opening for you and things are happening quickly, and you're getting the things that you wanted to manifest, and just rapid acceleration. It's almost like, you know, it's shifting something in your life. It's just upgrading you completely. And that's how I felt with Moldavite. So just in this past couple of months, so we'll just say I had this necklace for a month and I dyed my hair pink. I'm like trying to shift paradigms. I'm trying to, you know, manifest certain things in my life that I didn't think were going to be possible for me, but I'm up here doing it. It's removing barriers. It's putting challenges in front of me, but I am working through them faster than I've ever worked through challenges before. Like, it's just like, you're done, like on to the next, you know? I'm creating more content and I'm planning on doing more traveling. I've been experimenting with plant medicine, which I'm not really going to go into because I don't want to get banned. But I've just been really honestly on a healing journey. Like, that's what Moldavite feels like to me. It's like putting me back on my healing journey, or I felt like I've been stagnant for years and I felt like I haven't been in the place that I want to be, or the place that I thought I would be. And it's pushing me. I could feel its energy pushing me to do better, like really to achieve my highest potential. And there's going to be more content like that on this channel about like the things I'm doing to better my life and to accelerate my growth, because I'm not a gatekeeper and I'm going to share this wisdom. And that's really what my truth is. I study astrology, and I know in my astrological chart that my purpose is to open my heart and be of service. And I've always felt like, how can I even do that? Like, I feel so stifled, you know, I felt like I couldn't even get off the couch and like make things happen in my life. And now I'm doing this, you know, I'm doing YouTube, I'm trying to do content creation, I'm doing many different things in my life. I'm trying to write books, like I'm trying to exercise and get into fitness and stuff and eat better. And it just feels like Moldavite is really inspiring me to do all of this stuff, you know, like to do it, because what's holding me back? Myself. And this is the Moldavite talking, I'm telling you. So I usually wear Moldavite like every day, but some days, like if I feel like overcome with like just like overwhelming energies, then I'll take it off for a day and use something more grounding or like positive, like I don't want to say positive, but like uplifting, that's less heavy than Moldavite, like citrine. I'm staring at this clear quartz I have in front of me. I'm gonna do a crystal haul too, guys, by the way. But so I also love to meditate with Moldavite. You can really, there's stories in this book about like people meditating and reaching other dimensions and talking to extraterrestrials. A lot of people claim to have been visited by extraterrestrials. So I highly recommend getting this book and reading some of these testimonials. I want to read one, but I'm kind of running out of time here. Maybe I could find one and read a testimonial. Okay, really quickly, I'm going to read this testimonial. Dear Kathy and Robert. Oh, by the way, these are called the Moldavite letters. So. Dear Kathy and Robert, my first impression of Moldavite was that it was a lovely and different kind of stone, and my first experience was that I could not wear it all night long. The first physical sensation I experienced was the heat it generated. I would feel the warmth after wearing the stone, and my face would turn red. The dream experiences were immediate. On the nights that I tried wearing the Moldavite, I would awaken and recall parts of the dream, only to fall asleep and dream again. I did not wear it at bedtime until I gradually got accustomed to it. I have numerous dreams. The most profound happened a few weeks ago. I dreamed of a voice telling me to call Bill. I had forgotten the dream until the following day when I received the sad news about my nephew Phil being in a fatal accident. The dream was as real as the reality. In my dream, I recall trying to call, but the line was busy. In reality, I tried to call several of our relatives and found the line busy. The only difference was my nephew's name. Perhaps it was my deceased husband, Bill, helping my nephew along the way. The only comparison I can make between Moldavite and crystals is that recently I've acquired a record keeper, and it seems that together with the Moldavite, my dreams are so much more in detail. The changes in my life are happening so fast that even my friends and relatives have noticed. I have returned to school after being away 30 years. Never in my dreams could I have had the courage to think I could go back, but I have, even working part-time in the office. I feel so connected to a force that is leading me in the right direction. Moldavite will help others develop abilities that they may not have been aware of or may have forgotten they possessed. I have Moldavite in raw form and wear it in a pendant. I do not think that size matters. I believe the person seeking Moldavite will choose the size that is meant for them. Yes, Moldavite does provide spiritual protection. No, it did not come to earth by accident. Yes, it has awakened my spiritual path and it will help others. Yes, my spiritual, mental, and physical energy has increased since my exposure to Moldavite. And yes, I have become accustomed to the Moldavite energies, except for the time it had disturbed my sleep. I have had no negative reactions. I always wear my Moldavite and immediately put it back on if I take it off to clean the chain. I believe it will help in spiritual healings. The knowledge I now have and the way it has changed my life are my most important Moldavite experiences. I can only write you of my own experience with Moldavite, but I am sure it will help all who are willing to learn and follow the light. God bless you for introducing me to this precious gift. And that's from TV from Trenton, Michigan, 1988. So I have to go now, but I just wanted to introduce you to this incredibly powerful stone. You can charge it in the sunlight as well. It really helps amplify its energies, but it's just so powerful. You don't even need to like cleanse it often. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if you have ever worked with Moldavite before and your experiences, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.